Coming up on MCTV this week, we take a look at a couple new businesses in Monmouth, and we take you to the last lecture. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV This Week. I'm Michelle Nutting. Thanks for joining us. When students returned to Monmouth at the beginning of the semester, they were able to see some economic development. Owen Russell is in the newsroom with more. Owen?
Monmouth has seen the addition of 2 new restaurants this fall, Olivia's Cookie Jar and Petey's Pub. Constructed in the summer, Petey's Pub is the first sports bar in Monmouth and is also owned by the owner of Sirrar's.
Anytime a business comes to Monmouth, that is a wonderful thing. I mean, it truly helps in economic development.
Another new restaurant to open is Olivia's, located just off the square in the former Maple City Soda Works. Olivia's is a bakery and cafe. But is there any industrial development coming to Monmouth?
We could use a lot of business in Warren County. It'd certainly be nice if we could get some industry, but I don't foresee in that. So probably any economic development that we're going to get is probably either going to be an eating establishment or a coffee shop, one of those small town, businesses.
Monmouth residents will soon see another cafe-style restaurant opening in the strip mall across the street from Shopko.
Thanks, Owen. A few weeks ago, David Wan visited campus to talk about ways everyone can attain a sustainable lifestyle. I researched tasks that you can do to make the effort to go green. According to Juan, there are many things you can do on your own to move toward a more sustainable lifestyle.
If we think about just simple things like turning off lights, making sure the faucet isn't dripping, we're taking care of the efficiency end. If we think about the products that we're buying in terms of whether they're really meeting our needs, that's a second thing.
On the EPA website, epa.gov, they give some tips on green living. Here are some ways that you can protect the environment you live in. Buy products certified by Energy Star, use compact fluorescent light bulbs, and conserve water by turning the faucet off when washing your hands or brushing your teeth. Taking a look at some events on campus this week. During the finals, the library has extended hours. Until December 10th, the library will be open from 7:30 a.m. until midnight. December 11th and 12th, 9 a.m. until midnight. December 13th and 14th, 7:30 a.m. until midnight. And December 15th, 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. ASAP's last after hours is tonight from 8 to 11 in the Huff Athletic Center. There will be laser tag, volleyball, basketball, and you can make your own t-shirt. And finals begin on Friday. Break begins on Wednesday, and classes resume on January 12th.
Coming up in sports after the break. The end of the fourth quarter, Coach Bell recaps the 2010 football season. Welcome back. We sat down with football coach Stephen Bell this week to talk about the 2010 football season. Going 6-4, the Scots were plagued with injuries from the beginning. Here's what Coach Bell had to say.
We went through something that, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy in regards to injuries. That played a part in it, obviously, when you lose key players, not only for multiple games, but also for their season. It did come down to us having to deal with something that is out of our control, and I give credit to our players because, to be honest with you, with what we went through, from an injury standpoint, probably most teams would have gone 0-10.
Senior quarterback Alex Tanney was injured at the very beginning of the season, along with receiver Mike Blodgett. Tanney was named the top Division III player of 2009.
You know, obviously, you don't prepare for that. You know, you don't anticipate it. Let's put it that way. You know, we were prepared because we did feel that we recruited well enough to have someone there that was capable of playing for us. But that, you don't make any bones about it. That is a tough situation.
Even losing much of their secondary defense in Nick Ziegler and Joe Daly, Bell seemed confident that players would step up for the 2011 season.
Really, you know, with Nick and Nick Ziegler and Joe Daly, we're losing some experience at those positions. But those guys filled in for kids after they graduated too. Mm-hmm. So I'm very confident that we do have the kids on this football team, or we'll recruit them. You know, I think that's you know, obviously with kids graduating, it's going to attract some, you know, some recruits.
And regardless of going 6-4 this season, expectations stay the same.
Our expectations will not change. I don't care who's behind the center, who's playing in the defensive backfield, who's at offensive line, D-line, running back. It doesn't matter. At Monmouth College, we expect to win the conference title.
Preseason workouts start at the beginning of second semester, and Coach reports that recruitment is going very well. But it's winter now, which means that track has moved indoors, and he's begun training for what hopes to be another winning season. With their first meet coming up in January, both men's and women's indoor track teams have been trying to get a leg up for next season. After 11 straight conference titles for the men and 14 out of the last 17 conference titles for the women, this year's team has the same goal in mind.
For the track team, I mean, it's always a goal coming in that we want to, you know, perform well at the conference championship meet. So I guess probably the biggest thing is to progress our training in a way that we definitely peak right around conference time, which, you know, that all starts right now.
Michelle will be back right after this. Here are your scores for this week.
Welcome back. Professor Richard Johnson recently gave his last lecture, which was the last in the series. Johnson spoke about the best moments of his life as well as the things that have influenced him. And his final thoughts were sentimental as he ended the lecture with a song he dedicated to his late mother. The last lecture series is organized by Mortarboard.
And that's MCTV this week. I'm Ross Donnan.
And I'm Michelle Nutting. You may have noticed our set looks a little different tonight. That's because we are getting a new set donated by WQAD from the Quad Cities. We'll see you in January.